Hey Crossway Church, I want to take a couple of minutes every Wednesday to share with you what God is doing in and through the community of faith called Crossway. I recognize that we are being bombarded with a ton of information, but if Crossway is your church, would you just take a few minutes to lean in and hear how all of us can be engaged in this gospel opportunity? We live in a time of fear. So many people are driven by fear. But as Christians, we are not driven by fear. We have the peace of God. We have the confidence of God that nothing can separate us from His love. And God has placed us in this generation for this time, for this moment, to be very practically the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. So I want to celebrate how this is already happening at Crossway. This past week, a couple of our volunteers and staff provided a free daycare for a handful of teachers that needed to engage online training. Also at our Sussex campus, we had this opportunity to unload a semi-truck's worth of food and resources for the Sussex Outreach Services. These are just two examples of how Crossway Church is leaning into the needs in our region. Now, we have a couple of things that I want to highlight, so pay attention. We have first our Love Wins initiative. Our Love Wins initiative is simple. On Thursday, this Thursday, tomorrow, from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock, you can drive up, you do not need to get out of your car, and we will unload the food and resources that you have brought. There is a list on our Facebook page, also on our website, crosswayc.org. Love Wins, it's red, you can't miss it, of the things that we need. We're going to collect all of these food and resources, and then we're going to become a distribution center to send this out to seniors and shut-ins and people in our Woodlands Resource Ministry and other community partners. So Crossway Church, let's be crazy generous and fill up the east side of the building with all of these resources to bless the community around us. Another very powerful opportunity that we have is our CW prayer. CW prayer is that you can text CW prayer to 97000 from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And when you do that, you will get a call back from someone on our prayer team. We believe in a God who responds when His people pray. So if you want prayer about anything, be sure to engage this powerful prayer resource. That's also online as well as on our Facebook page. You can get all of the information about Love Wins and CW prayer. This weekend, we're going to be online and for the foreseeable future. So Saturday night at 4:30 p.m. on Facebook Live, Sunday at 9 and 10:45 on Facebook Live, or you can go to crosswayc.org and log on. You can experience worship. I'm excited to re-engage our journey to the cross. We're going to unpack the very powerful story of Judas. Travis is going to lead us in worship. There's going to be an opportunity to give and to pray together. We're still gathering as the church. You know, I've heard some people say, oh, the church is canceled. The church is not gathering. I want to push back on that for a moment. The church has never been more engaged. The church is leaning forward. We are ramping up in this gospel opportunity to be light, to be salt in a fearful and hurting world. So let's join together in the power of Christ to meet the needs all around us. As we do this, I want to encourage you, if Crossway Church is your church, continue to give financially. I recognize that when there's fear, we tend to hold back our financial resources. But this is the time when we can trust God. We can give and we can continue to resource how Crossway Church will be the very hands and feet of Christ in this national and global pandemic. So you can give online, you can mail in your giving, you can drive your giving to the church office, you can text your giving, but let's continue to resource God's work. If you go on crosswayc.org, you'll notice on the very front page all of these resources, everything that we're talking about. There's some fantastic kids resources that our children's ministry team has put together. I'm writing a weekly devotional article. There's so much on the front page of crosswayc.org. You can get all of the information there and on our Facebook page. Let's continue to pray. Let's continue to connect with each other. Let's continue to be generous in our time, in our talent, in our prayer. God is on the move during this crisis. God bless you, and I'm looking forward to our next video blog on Wednesday.